Hey guys, so quick little tip here. Occasionally the app will disconnect from the amp, and there's a quick little way to reconnect it or verify that it's connected, which is by going to this little guy here and then connect hardware. And you should see this connect option if it's not connected. Sometimes even if it is connected, you'll see that, but we'll go ahead and tap that guy. Sometimes it'll connect, sometimes it'll fail. And if it does, see it there, it just failed, you can do retry. And this may even cause the app to crash, which is a funny little bug, or it'll work. And if the app crashes, you could just reopen it and do the same thing, go to connect and it should reconnect for you. Now, when it's in this connected state, this is a good way to know that you can control certain settings on the amp from the app here. So every single amp has these 5 controls here. There's a gain, there's bass, mid, treble, and volume. So every single amp in the app has those same controls. And you can see that if I'll show you the top of the amp here, right? It's these 5 here. So there's gain, bass, mid, treble. And master is the volume on the amp there. So those 5 settings there all are controllable from within the app. Within the amp of the app specifically, right? So if I change this up and down, it changes the gain level. And a nice little way to know that this is working is if I actually change the gain level up here on the amp, you'll see the little knob turning there. See, I'm changing the physical knob control, and it's turning within the amp. That's how you know. You can do the same thing with bass, same thing with mid, treble, and the volume. Now it's called volume on the amp inside the app, and it's called master on the amp itself, which is a little confusing, but that's just the way that works. So that's just a couple of little amp app navigation tricks for you. And one more quick thing I'll show you is an easy way to turn these pedals or even the amp itself off from the app. So you flick these guys up and down to turn off and on, so you can kind of hear the buzzing right now because I turned the noise gate off. If you turn it back on, the noise goes away. Same thing with the compressors, the overdrive pedals, and then even the amp itself. So by turning off the amp, you're effectively turning off amp modeling, and so it's kind of a dry signal to the amp rather than using any kind of amp model. It's essentially a clean, no amp model tone. So it's kind of what the Spark amp sounds like naturally without any amp models going through it. And you can turn them all off, and this effectively gives you a completely dead or dry signal to your amp. So anyways, a couple of navigation tricks just wanted to show everyone. All right, have a good one.